Welcome back to another video. This is sort of a time lapse of the last couple hours of last season. I did start off by collecting my expedition. You can see there that I got 1 blue, 1 green, the rest grays. Ended up with, I believe, like 70 Stardust, something like that. But either way, this guy attacked me early morning, the last day of the season, and he knocked me down like 90 mil KP. So I kind of wanted revenge, kind of wanted to do a video of me attacking. I noticed earlier that he doesn't really have the troops to actually wall me, at least from what I had seen. So I was pretty much full stacking him. I was fully spec'd into Striker, so I was running a bit over 400%, although his base guard was like 180, so he could have fully spec'd into guard and then walled me. He didn't throughout this. He does try to block me with smaller sets of troops, like 20 Gs a couple times, then 70 and 80 G towards the end, which you'll see later. Although I don't really care if he does put any troops in cities, you can see that I'm scouting occasionally, just because I'm curious, really. I had been saving up, like I said I would in my last video, my gold for a little bit, and so I was at 787G, 100 mil KP, but I was chilling at like 180 earlier for the last like 4 days. So I had built up a decent amount of troops. I was still under the 50% mark to stay in Diamond, but after this, and after spending my gold suiciding into a temple once, then I reached 300 mil KP at the end. You won't see that because I still have a march that lands later on that I just send to a temple. And there I get another like few hundred Gs to dump, but I'll get up to like 270 mil by the end of this video, I believe. So yeah, I kind of wanted to change it up and do a video of me attacking. This isn't at 7.7 speed, by the way. I did also want to mention, while this is going, that I recently created a Discord server, just so I can post like my videos, post any questions, and also anyone can ask me questions there, and that works out well. I also have sections for like promo codes that I'll post when I see them, little stuff like that. So that'll be a cool place if anyone wants to hang out, ask questions, and I'll post that into the description of this video. I do want to mention here, you can see that the line of his cities, when I'm looking up, then it goes upwards on this side and on the other side, and those are like 105s and under, and then it goes into like 110s. And so because he wasn't too far from my KP, what I wanted to do here was take the lower level cities on both sides before taking the higher level cities, in case I need to mass attack at the end because he's pink or whatever, or demo level, because I wasn't sure how long I would actually be attacking him for. So you can see I went through those on that side, and then I boost over to the other side. I'm going to take that right hand section of lower level cities, and I'll work up there. Then I'll work back over to that 104 that I just came from and start going through the 110s. Now, if he was smarter and wanted to defend me, he'd spec into Guardian fully, and he would wait for me to attack the higher level cities. He has 110s, he has a couple 113s towards the top that I'll hit later, and he would guard me in those. Unfortunately, he didn't do that. I almost was hoping he would, because I did want the gold as well, but I got a decent amount of gold, and you'll see that later. Although you'll also see, as I attack, then I reinforce from my main. So every attack I hit, as long as it's an undefended city, then I'm losing about like 700 mil troops, which is not much at all. It's like less than a 1% loss. But once I lose them, I go back to my main and I send them up to the city I just captured so that they're ready for me to use later. And this is just keeping my attack power at a maximum while I'm taking them out. You can see here, although I was full stacking, I do split my troops just because I don't want to go back and then forward again that long distance or longer distance with my full stack, just to save him time. And I scout to see that he's not in that area either. And then after I do that, then I pull them all back into the closest city to his next city, and I attack upwards from there. But for the most part, I was just full stacking. And this, although it's kind of sped up, this is actually like over 2 hours of attacking that I'm working through here, kind of a time lapse. So the reason I'm posting it today is because I was just really tired. It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock by the time I finished attacking, and I actually did do the voiceover, but it didn't save properly. So now I'm doing it again today, which is the day of the new season, new update. I'll be releasing a update overview video, probably later today, maybe tomorrow. I kind of want to see if they'll change anything. I know there's a lot of, not really controversy, but a lot of people that are complaining about the new changes for a few different reasons. So I'll maybe address that in my next video. So let's see. I had a few other things that I wanted to mention. Yeah, so I will say I don't necessarily recommend this strategy. But again, last couple hours of the season, I have no use for troops. I purely want experience and gold. If I can have both, great. If I can have one or the other, that's fine too by me, completely fine. So this was kind of reckless of me, not really caring if he walls me or not. So definitely wouldn't recommend it earlier in the season. Last couple days, even, maybe not, but last day, kind of what he can defend. I was hitting with like 1.3 trillion attack power here. So I was pretty confident that I wouldn't be walled. And even if I was, he was higher level than me. So he probably wouldn't level, and I probably would. So I wasn't worried. I would just boost back up there with my full stack and continue on, even if he did wall me fully. You can see just a few seconds back that I reloaded the game, because after attacking for over an hour, it kind of slowed down everything for me, and it wasn't even letting me send attacks, so I just reloaded the game, and it fixed that issue. So that was nice. I think I'd do it one more time, maybe two more, and then towards the end, I actually had a notification pop up that said servers are under maintenance, and I wasn't logged into the Discord server, so I didn't know if they were going to actually be under maintenance. So I quickly reloaded the game. It let me in again, thankfully, and I dump all my gold, send my attacks to a temple last second, activate my bubble, and from there I kind of just chilled, really. I will say you'll see pretty soon here that after he does try to wall me, or not really wall me, more like block me, because the troops were there already and I saw them and I still decided to attack. But you'll see that I decided to, there's a second reload there. So I decided to. Well, actually, let me get ahead. I'm a bit ahead of myself here, but basically, I could attack that 110 that was up there, but it was a bit of a longer march. I was thinking I might hit that and then curve down to the left because he has another grouping there, but I wasn't sure about time. You'll see me checking my bubble timer here and there. I wasn't sure if I'd have enough time. Also, I'd been attacking for a long time now, and I was kind of getting sick of it. I knew already I had enough to make the cutoff to stay. But you'll see pretty soon now, I am attacking him here. For some reason, he waits. He could have easily taken it if otherwise. But he waits to send a march on my city there, the 109. And so, yeah, I think I'm attacking the next city, and then he does it. So he sends his march out, and I had 12 Gs in the area. I think he sent like 80 something towards the city. And because I was going for gold and cities, and I didn't really want him to be like counterattacking me, then I decide to simply send my full stack back towards that city and try to snipe him. It's not really necessarily a snipe because it landed like 20 seconds after his attack, but what he did is he decided to just move his troops out. You can see he's attacking here, but he decided to move his troops out because he didn't want to lose them. Now, if I was him, I would have instead boosted my troops from my main that I just lost from taking that city, spec'd into Guardian, and tried to wall me. That would be a decent opportunity to do that. He would gain a decent amount of gold, excuse me, and I wouldn't be mad about it because I'd probably level. I'm actually trying to gain gold, but you can see now that I saw that he did that. I'm keeping like 140 Gs in that city while I move another 80 Gs to the side, sending smaller marches that are quicker, so I don't really think he'll be walling me. Even here, I'm sending under 10 Gs to take 110s, and wouldn't recommend this early in the season at all, but I'm just trying to get him. Don't really feel like being walled, or dealing with him trying to wall me, but so that's why I'm doing that. And you'll see here that he actually is reinforcing that city. He reclaims it, and then because I had all my troops towards the right-hand side there, then as I take that upper cluster of 113s, I continuously scout his 108 to make sure that he's not moving those troops. If he did, I would simply send another march of under 10 Gs to reclaim it. And so I wasn't worried. And so I am reinforcing to that top area there to the left, and I plan on taking that last city of his in that section that has all his troops in it. And you'll see that from there, I keep 25G in that side city, because if he does send a counterattack when I'm sending a march, because it's going to be like a near 3-minute march, when he does send a counterattack, or if he sends a counterattack, I should say, then I want to be there to wall him. And his striker's, I think it's under 200%, maybe not, but I'm pretty sure I would be able to wall him or underwall him enough that he won't try it again. So that's why I keep that 25G to the side as I move the rest of my troops into that city to then attack him very shortly. You'll see that. And so I drop down to, I think, like 160, 180 Gs, and I decide, all right, I've attacked enough. I want to send my troops back to my main. And so while keeping the 25G there, I then send my 2 sets of, I think, like 90 Gs, something like that, back to my main, and while I'm collecting other troops from around in my main as well. And while I send them over, and I'm boosting them as well, then I'm keeping my 25G there just to wall him and or underwall him if he does try to take any cities. I'm not too worried about that, but I wait till about 2 minutes before the sets of 90G land, before then sending the 25G back to my main as well. I'm going to kind of end the video abruptly because I don't want to run out of video, just because the editing software I'm using, I have to like match my voice with the recording. But you'll see soon I get the notification that the servers are on maintenance, so I just send them out. I don't wait for my 22G, and I was kind of scouting temples earlier, so I know which one I want to hit. And I do this at the end of every season, so I'm sending those out shortly, and then I simply dump my gold. I get everything to 110s and above at the end. So you see I kind of panicking because I got the notification that the season was ending. So then just go through, I'm upgrading all my cities to 110s. I get through most of them for 110s, then once the actual attack on the temple hits, then I get the rest to 110s and a few to 111s. So then after I upgrade them, I send out my 25G to that temple as well, activate my bubble, and kind of just end it there. The video's coming to end here, so I'm going to say goodbye, subscribe, like, see you later.